Bernard Arnault and Louis Vuitton are, and LVMH in general, are kind of in deep waters at the moment. So what happened was Bernard Arnault and LVMH released their quarterly earnings. The last quarter of 2024 was just released this past Tuesday, and it's not looking good. A little bit better than the forecast was, like 1%, a 0.5% better than they forecasted, but their sales are still not doing well all across the board, from Louis Vuitton to Tiffany to all of their brands, really. Almost all of their brands, right? Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's a legend, just my opinion. Now, here's the thing. Bernard Arnault gave a speech somewhere in some government setting where he commented on the current state of affairs where, justly so, the French government wants to implement a 40+% tax on billionaires. He's upset because all the billions that he already has, that's not enough. That's not enough because Bernard Arnault wants more. Of course, once you taste a billion, you want to also taste a trillion, don't ya? So he's upset, and he gave a speech at one of these government events saying, "Mon Dieu, how dare you treat us like this? Poverty, vertu, pauvreté, égalité, liberté." Okay. My apologies to the French Revolution, which was a great revolution, by the way. They did not say pauvreté, égalité, liberté. No, they added fraternité. But the fraternité is now pauvreté. So he's kind of subtly threatening that he's going to leave France. So here he is doing the pauvreté, égalité, and liberté. Liberté for the billionaires. Le billionaire is supposed to earn more money. So he threatens to leave France. In a way, he's signaling to the French authorities, like, bitch, I'm out of here. And then he says, I've been to Donnie's inauguration. Okay, I've been with my bestie Donald Trump at his inauguration, and it was fantastic. Here's Donnie's inauguration, and there's Bernard Arnault right there. And this is his son, and this is his daughter. Okay? And he's like, I went to the inauguration. It was fantastic. And he's like, and can you believe he actually said that there was such a sense of optimism in the air? And I'm like, optimism? And he's like, fresh air for the future. And I'm like, Bernard Arnault, have we been to the same inauguration? I mean, I just watched it. I wasn't there. But I'm like, have we seen this? A sense of positivity and optimism? Of course. And then I thought to myself, well, yes, of course it was a sense of optimism. He's a billionaire. Everybody sitting on this side, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, all of them, they're all billionaires. Of course, this inauguration was a sense of liberté for the billionaires. So, of course, Bernard Arnault would go back to France and say, hey, if I transport all my manufacturing to America, Trump is going to give me a huge tax cut because I'm a billionaire. So now he's signaling to the French authorities, like, you better lower my taxes or else I'm going to go to America. And I found that very, very interesting, how now this whole concept of, the oligarchs, the oligarchy is now kicking in Europe as well. And the billionaires are rebelling in Europe. The European billionaires are like kicking, like, no, I want more money too. I want to be a trillionaire. It's not enough that I'm a billionaire. I want to be a trillionaire. In the meanwhile, Mr. Bernard Arnault, you have cut your commission from your employees at Louis Vuitton. They no longer get commission if they sell monogram canvas goods. And they get very low commission on other items. They only kind of manage to get some form of sustainable commission if they sell fine jewelry. You know, those items that are hard to sell. So you're making it more difficult for your workers. Whilst being a billionaire, your workers are not billionaires, honey. So why are you're crying? You know, Chanel did something very interesting. You know that right after Brexit was announced and voted for, and the people voted for Brexit, Chanel immediately relocated their headquarters from France to London. And in fact are now, you know, paying their taxes as a company residing in the United Kingdom under United Kingdom tax laws, which are apparently much more favorable to Chanel than would be the French tax laws. And I've talked about this a couple of months ago. We made several videos about this, people. Connect the dots. In fact, some authorities in France were criticizing Chanel, saying, well, hold on a minute. Isn't this a little bit unfair for a company to use all of the privileges that come with stating to the world, we are a French company. We manufacture in France. We have French heritage. And yet you don't want to pay taxes in France. And yet you are not contributing to the tax system in France. You have your headquarters in London. You have shifted your entire major tax situation in London, in the UK, after Brexit, mind you. Oh, Chanel was on it. The second Brexit was 2016, Chanel already announced they're moving their headquarters to London. Coincidence? Connect the dots, people. And yet they still love to call themselves a French brand. But some of the politicians in France are saying Chanel shouldn't even be called a French brand anymore. They should be called, you know, a British brand. So now Bernard Arnault is saying, we got a problem here. The taxes are bad. So I'm planning on expanding my domain in America. During Trump's first term as president, Bernard Arnault opened up a factory in Texas. And Trump with his family came to visit the factory in Texas. Bernard Arnault says he's planning to expand that and to have more manufacturing and more productions in America. And he said to the authorities in Europe, in France, look, Donnie is going to give huge tax breaks for the billionaires who are producing in America. So why don't you, France? So, Mr. Bernard Arnault, I have a question to you. Where do you think, so if you stopped paying tax on the billions that you're earning, where do you think the government will get the money to be able to pay for health insurance, pension funds, all the other things, sustainability, building up streets, having a system of the metro, of the buses, everything that the government does, schools, kindergartens for kids? Who's going to pay for that? Oh, it's the poor people, because they should pay all the taxes. Yes. See, I gotcha. Yes. Makes total sense. Why would a billionaire pay any taxes? A billionaire needs more money. A billionaire, it's not enough to have the billions that they have. They should have more. Right. Gotcha. Of course, at the end of the day, the billionaire doesn't need the public school. The billionaire doesn't need the bus. The billionaire doesn't need public health insurance because the billionaire has a private jet. The billionaire has his private building and mansion. The billionaire has his private doctors. The billionaire sends his kids to some international private school, private academy. So obviously the billionaire thinks, why should I be paying into any of all of this public crap that the peasants are using? Well, Mr. Bernardo, there is a reason. Because those peasants are working for you. And if you don't want those peasants to rebel against you because they don't have enough money to put bread on the table, maybe you should also start paying taxes so that their lives are also led with dignity. Dignity. And here we get to the main point of this video. Every human being deserves dignity. The way our society is built up is on top of money. We decide to give money power. If money buys you dignity, then allow every human being on this planet to have enough money to lead and live a dignified life. It's that simple. And it's the bare minimum. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thumb up this video and subscribe. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. I would love for us to grow together and to share more of this sort of content. Love you loads. Take care. Bye.